In this video, we're going to be talking about a product rule and a quotient rule. First, let's define what product rule is. Product rule is when you have function f and function g, and h is a product of both f and g, and derivative of h would be f prime of g plus g prime of f. And there are many ways writing this same derivative of h, where you can write it as f prime g plus f g prime, or f g prime plus f prime g, but they all mean the same thing. So let's move on to one of our questions in here. Take the derivative of square root of x times 2x plus 1 to the cube. First, let's decide which one's going to be f and which one's going to be a g function. So I'll let the first one to be f, this one to be g. So derivative of y would be, take the derivative of f, which will be 1/2 x to the negative half power. Then just bring down the g, so we have 2x plus 1 to the cube, and then plus g prime, that's take the derivative of g, so bring down the 3, 2x plus 1, and then 3 minus 1, that's a second power. And then don't forget, we have to multiply in here by 2. So we need to use a chain rule here. And that's just the derivative of g. And then multiply that by square root of x. So let's simplify in here. So what's going to go on to the numerator? Just this one, and then the rest will stay in the denominator. So we have 2x plus 1 to the cube all over 2 square root of x plus, here we can simplify the 3 and 2, which will make it a 6. And then we have the square root of x times 2x plus 1 squared. Then let's look at the second problem. It looks somewhat similar to the problem that we just did. Let's see. First, let the f of x to be my f, and then second function over here to be my g. So then I'm going to use the same formula in here. Derivative of a function is equal to f prime g, that's derivative of f, multiplied by g, then add g prime, which is 4 times x squared minus 2x raised to the third power, but don't forget to multiply by the chain rule, so we have 2x minus 2, then multiply by f, which is going to be just x squared. So let's simplify this. Normally you can leave it as it is, but then I like to combine whatever I can. So first one is just going to be as it is, and then for the second part I can combine sort of 4 and the x squared together, so we'll have 4x squared times x squared minus 2x to the 4th power times 2x minus 2. Right. So let's move on to the quotient rule. Now we are going to be talking about a quotient rule, which is somewhat similar to a product rule. So we're given a function f and g. And if you have h, that's f divided by g. So a function divided by a function. Then derivative of h is equal to g times derivative of f minus f times derivative of g all over g squared. So I don't know if this is helpful, but this is how I memorize this formula. Let the f to be high, and then let the g to be low. So you have a high and you have a low. Derivative of h is equal to high derivative of low minus low derivative of h all over low squared. High derivative of low minus low derivative of high all over low squared. So using this formula, let's find the derivative of 1 plus 3x all over x squared plus 1. So the derivative of y would be high, which is 1 plus 3x, times derivative of low, the derivative of low will just be 2x, minus low, x squared plus 1, times derivative of high, which is just 3, all over low squared. That's it. So let's try the second problem. If you have y is equal to square root of x, all divided by 1 minus 2x squared, we have derivative of y is equal to high d low, so high derivative of low, which is going to be 2 times 1 minus 2x, raise it to the first power, but don't forget to multiply this by the derivative of what's inside, right? And then minus low, 1 minus 2x squared, times derivative of high. So need more space. Derivative of high. So derivative of square root of x would be just half x raised to the negative half power all over low squared. That's 1 minus 2x raised to the second power. Raise that whole thing to the second power again. So if we wanted to combine a couple things in here, I would combine negative 2 and 2, which will make it negative 4 square root of x. And then we have 1 minus 2x minus, there isn't too much we can do, but maybe pull out the half. So we have half 1 minus 2x squared, and then we have x to the negative 1 over 2 all over 1 minus 2x, and we can multiply the powers together because it's power to a power, so make it 4. Alright, that's it for this video.